Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, the purpose of which is to allow you to make yourself aware of who you are and what you bring to the universe and this planet and beyond, and whatever you can imagine, because that is why you're here. We speak to you from this beacon on a hill called the Advancement Center. That came to give humankind a boost over the fence. As you saw in Genya's photo invitation with the cat jumping for joy, and even the week before that, where the animals were standing on top of each other, being pushed up over what was like a fence. And it reminded me of being a kid and being shown how to clasp my hands together. And a friend puts his or her foot in my hand, and I push up, and they grab the top of the fence. And together, we get the person over. And in the meantime, their hand pushes down on my head, their other foot kicks me in the back. And I'm saying, go, go, go. And that extra little push through my hands gives them that extra distance to reach the top of the fence. And then they proceed to step over on their own. And many times they don't say thank you because they don't have to, and because they've forgotten that you gave them a boost. And it doesn't matter, because the next time they'll give you a boost. And that's what happens here at the Advancement Center. A constant boost. Two hands clasped together, palms up, offering to lift someone who needs a lift. And of course, welcome to the world of magic and miracles. And welcome to the Magic and Miracles Tour. As the bus arrives in England, in Scotland, Sacramento, San Jose, Belgium, Pleasant Hill, New York, on its way to pick up more and more passengers. And this Magic and Miracles tour is just beginning. With the changes that are coming forward with this platform we now have available, that now each one of us has spoken about. Barbara started on Sunday, and then Genya spoke about it on Wednesday. And I'm just adding my piece of the exciting change that's coming for all of us, and the expansion of those words I spoke earlier to allow you to make yourself aware of who you are will reach out to more and more people, because now you will join us in sending that message to all that you know and love and who you come in contact with via our joint transmissions that can include all the stops I just mentioned and so many more. So there was a movie called Field of Dreams, and one of the lines in the movie was, if they build it, if you build it, they will come. And they will come because we have built it. And they are waiting. Just like in that movie, they were waiting for the field to show up. And they just started coming. They got the signal. And they just appeared. And we have been sending the signal. And we know they will come. And it will expand because you're a part of it, because of you. So the invitation will continue to go out to far and wide for anyone who will join us in the conversation so that you can extend your vision for humanity to your world and beyond. It's really exciting. And it's led by my good friend Change, who appears from everywhere and nowhere with a smile, watching how you react to him, with a wink in his eye, always reminding you that everything is okay. But if you have to flounder a little bit, it will just smile because it knows everything is okay. And it's always coming. So that's exciting. And there's many changes that are planned for, that we're excited about coming, like a wedding or birth of a child. That same excitement is involved in every change. And as long as you don't attach any result or expectation, you'll realize that it came to help you grow, to change directions. And we're fortunate here because as we started this broadcast a year ago, Barbara Genya and I, through the encouragement of Robert, we grew. And now it's time for a new direction. And you don't often recognize yourself when you may be stuck somewhere. In part because it feels comfortable, but in part because you haven't seen the other way. The fork in the road hasn't shown up, or you haven't gotten the signal. And it's always fantastic when someone can aid in that recognition that it's time to move in another direction. And if you embrace that, you'll just feel endless possibilities. Sometimes there's a tendency to resist it, but it doesn't matter because my friend will just come back and continue to remind you that you're stuck until you see it yourself. And there's so much beauty in that whole process. And if you can view it with a smile on your face and the wink in your eye, you and change will have a beautiful relationship. With only laughter and love and gratefulness. And we all do this for one another because, as I said, it's difficult to see sometimes within yourself that you may be stuck. And that's what we'll be doing with our broadcast, with each of you joining us at the perfect time. It'll open up so many things because we each have so much to offer. And as we get more of a handle on the technical things that we need to perfect in order to do this next or make this next step, we push out excitement and we see the field that exists that has been waiting to come. And so we're really excited. And so is my friend Change. I have been here with the Advancement Center for 2 years, almost three. And there's so much that I have received. It's a remembering. It's allowing you to make yourself aware of who you are. There's nothing to learn. Nothing is being taught. You're just remembering. And the things that are transmitted remind you of what you already know and have already known. We're able to transmit so much now, and so are you, because of what we've remembered. Some of it is difficult to process, but it just builds and builds. And you look up and you don't even know how you got to where you are. Because it's nothing that you can put your finger on. But being reminded that we can heal ourselves is world altering. And for some, just hearing those words will be world altering. And many will resist because we've been so programmed to not believe that's who we are. But slowly, everyone will begin to remember without judgment. You'll just remember, I can heal myself because of who I am, not because what I do, not because what I know, but because of who I am. Not only this physical body, but a being from the beginning of the beginning. And that is what we will transmit. And that is what we'll share together in conversation. And that's just one example of one moment in my time spent through the Advancement Center. light on things that shift the understanding to who you are and allow you to release every limitation, every limitation. We don't really know how this is all going to look. If we did, it wouldn't be as much fun. But we know that it's time. And that's how change works. I've taught tennis for many years, and I'm teaching here in Santa Barbara area part-time. But I was teaching in another part of California part-time as well. And it was working out beautifully, supplementing my income. And I was in control of when I decided to give a lesson or not. And I had a thought one day, wow, this is working out pretty well. Didn't really even think of it as it was all happening. It's about a week later, I'm on the court teaching, and I hear, "You're done." And I kind of look around like, someone talking to me? And of course, it wasn't audible, but it felt audible. And I said, "No, I just saw this is working perfectly. It's giving me a extra income, and it's not. I'm not stuck having to be places at a certain time." So I just went about my day. A couple days later, I'm teaching again, and I hear it again. "You're done." And we finished the lesson. I was teaching maybe 6 women in a women's doubles class. And one lady came up to me and said, "Wow, this was a fantastic lesson. I'd like to sign up for, I want to do this once a week." And I said, "I'm sorry, I'm done." And she said, "How could you be done? I just met you and you're really good at this." And I said, "I don't know, but I'm done." And she didn't quite understand, but, and I didn't know what was coming next. And in the end, it never matters. It's just your signal. And I'm sure if I would have resisted, maybe I would have got hit in the head with a tennis ball. "You're done." There would have been more signals. But that's the beauty, because I didn't really know what was next. I just knew it wasn't that anymore. And then it came back, and I'm teaching again. And there's nothing said you were done forever. It just said you're done. And so this move forward for the Advancement Center was a different way of saying, that's done. Now this. And just like then, we don't know what form it's going to take or how it's going to work. But if you can receive that signal and know that it's for you, that it's come to help you grow, then you can feel the excitement of all the possibilities that are not that infinite amount of possibilities. And that's exciting. And that's why we're looking forward to continue to progress into the field that we have built, all of us here at the Advancement Center, that is ready for them to come. This is from I Am Change. Breadcrumbs. Sometimes the changes come in a subtle form. If we are very sensitive, we will be aware of these little synchronicities and patterns that are leading us to new growth and transformation. It might be something pointing you towards a new career you never imagined, or to a new relationship you didn't think you needed. We are loved so much. We are never alone. The only constant in this life is that we are loved beyond anything we can imagine, and that change is coming. Every second, every minute, every day, week, month, and year. Notice, be aware, look for the subtle messages, and choose with your heart, which knows no fear. Follow with reckless abandon. Your mind will tell you that this can't be right. How can I quit my job? How can I leave my relationship? If you're asking yourself these questions, you already know the answer. It's time for a change. This is called 7.9 billion. 7.9 billion. We are connected inside. We are family. So there's nothing to hide. Transparency, the gift that lets us overcome the divide. Isolation is defeated. Now there's nothing to disguise. This is the power that they could never stop. When we come together, we will come out of the dark. The divide caused great separation, and you felt all alone. Now the power is returning, and we take back our home. And with it, we take back our whole family, the billions that are remembering that they're like you and me, and we'll share with one another so everything is brought to light, and all that we have in common will make mankind unite. When things are brought out in the open, the power that they hold is gone. All stigma is removed when you realize you did nothing wrong. This new transparency is the beginning of seeing what has always been true. We've always known what each other is thinking because I'm the same as you. I can feel this family growing, each member uniquely brilliant in their own way, a part of the human entity, having so much more to say. All closet doors will be open, all skeletons will be released, and the human family will be set free as the enemies of love are all deceased. 7.9 billion. We are connected inside. We are family, and there is nothing to hide. So we had a little activity as I was reading that, but I could only smile because there it was. And I wanted to speak just for a moment about transparency, that is where we're going, where there's nothing to hide, because that is the only thing that keeps us from our power. Everything that you are, everything that's happening in your life, it's seen by everyone. It's felt by everyone. And the first thought is, oh no, they can see me. But the second thought is, oh yes, I'm thankful they can see me. Because in that first place, I sit in the closet hiding. And in the second place, I step out into the light and I'm reminded that I didn't do anything wrong. And so, like a child, I'm told to run along and play. There's no punishment. You're free now. So thank you for stepping on the bus and where it stops and where you get off. Run along and play and let transparency leads you to freedom. Have a fantastic day. Wishing you all a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.